As a man, you want to see what you're capable of in this world. You want to explore the fullest of your potential. And there is a part inside of you that already knows. It knows that you're capable of more and that you are meant for more. That's why this part is pulling you towards personal development. It is pulling you towards the dreams, the ambitions, the visions, because they wouldn't be there if you didn't believe inside of you that you were capable of achieving them. They are there for a reason. But how do you live in alignment with the man that you know you could be? How do you even realize your potential? And this is not by reading books, by consuming more content, by watching and getting courses. This is not by thinking more, by preparing, by doing research, by planning, by learning new things. This is not how you become the man that you know you could be. Because this is passive. This is coming from a place of fear. I believe at the core of becoming this version of you is taking risks. It's making bold moves, taking bold decisions. This is how you truly become the man that you know you're capable of being. Because in this uncertainty, this version of you is forced out of you. And that's the beauty of these bold goals and these bold dreams. Because I also believe that the number of risks that you take and also the size of the risk, it correlates with the amount of growth and expansion that you are able to experience. But how many risks have you been taking? How many bold decisions have you been making that you know you want to be making? If you look at the last week, the last month, the last years, how many of those bold decisions did you make that completely shifted your existence, where you got to see what you're truly made of? And when you feel, for example, that you are playing it small, this number is very low. When you feel that you're capable of more, but you can't seem to access this potential, this number will be very low. And this is why it's not only one risk that you take, but it's usually consistent risks and bold moves that you take. Because where do you feel fear? Where are you meeting your edge? Where do you feel resistance? Are you leaning into it or are you backing down? This is the difference between you realizing your potential or not. Because this uncertainty is necessary. The resistance, the procrastination, the fear, all of these things, they are necessary for you to become that version. And most people, they interpret this as, oh, something is wrong. So I experience these feelings and I'm not supposed to feel this. So they go back into their comfort zone. So they go back to certainty and safety. This is why most people plan, do research, learn new things, read the books, because this is safe. They are acquiring all this knowledge because they think it will give them the certainty when they finally commit to the thing. Because they think, then I feel ready. When I have these pieces of information and when I know exactly what this plan looked like. But by you trying to get that certainty, you're taking away the growth that you're able to experience. Because you are supposed to put something on the line. You are supposed to feel the uncertainty. This must get you excited even. Whenever you experience fear, whenever you experience resistance, do something like that, you must get excited because now you get to meet a different version of you. In that moment, in that commitment, by going all in, by leaning into it. That's why you want to be looking for these things. That's why you don't want to create a life where you don't experience fear anymore, or resistance, or pressure. You must experience these things on a consistent basis. And sometimes it is with the big bold moves, as in, let's move to a different country. Sometimes it's also in speaking up for yourself at a family dinner. Because your uncle is annoying or anything, and he says mean things about you, and every single time you stay quiet, but now you feel like, I want to speak up. And you are bold enough to say, like, I'm putting a boundary here. I'm putting down a boundary. It's also in these moments, whenever you experience fear, where you become someone different. Because in these uncertain moments, when you speak up like that at a family dinner, you don't know what's going to happen. And that's the point. You don't know what's going to happen. So now you're also fully present. And like I said, this forces a different version out of you. Because you're not prepared for this. And if you are prepared for this, then you're taking away your growth. If you have thought about this conversation for years ahead and you planned every single possible scenario and you rehearse this over and over and over again, and then you speak up, like, it doesn't involve that courage, because it is not in what you know, it is in the character, it is in your essence, in the being that is taking a bold move like that. It is in that courage that you are creating that version of you. It is not, I feel confident and now I do the thing. It's, I do the thing and I cultivate this confidence. This is how it works. And you know what you want to say yes to already. Like, this is, you know already in your heart, the things that you want to commit to. Is it starting a business? Is it moving to a different country? Is it signing up for a triathlon? Is it doing the bodybuilding competition? Is it approaching the beautiful girl on the street, asking her out on a date because you're sick and tired of those dating apps? You know what the bold move is for you, and the bold moves. Why haven't you done them yet? Why haven't you committed? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for permission? For someone to tell you like, this is a good idea, you should pursue this? Are you waiting for more certainty, for more safety? Do you need more knowledge first? Because this is when all the excuses come up as well. I need more money. I need more experience. I need more this. I need more that. I need a different connection. I need to live in a different country first. Or I need to move out of my parents' place, or whatever the story is. You create all these conditions and requirements why you can't do the thing. And this is where you have to call yourself out on your own bullshit. You have to remove everything and see you're able to commit already. Because the worst case scenarios in a lot of cases aren't that bad. Because the worst case scenario is you became a different version and you learned so many beautiful things. The upside is also that you achieve the thing that you're after. This is what the crazy upside is. The worst case scenarios aren't even that bad the way that you envision them. So what if people judge you? Then what? Now you feel a little bit of pain. And is this the worst case scenario? Yeah, but what if I move to a different country and I'm not able to financially sustain myself, and then what? I end up on the street. Like, people create these worst case scenarios that never happen because you would never allow yourself to live on the street. When, let's say, you make the bold move to live in a different country and financially it's going completely sideways. The worst case scenario is you move back in with a friend. You move back in with your parents and you build yourself up from there again. And this will be a beautiful part of your story, of your comeback story. This is the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario isn't that bad. The true worst case scenario is, what if you don't say yes to the dream and you constantly live in what if? And not what if as in the worst case scenarios, but what if I would have said yes? What if I committed? How do you want to look back at your life? Because we often zoom in on these moments where we experience pain and we don't want to experience pain, so we avoid the whole situation altogether. But the pain is actually where the growth is. The pain is actually where you are shaping that version of you, where you are meeting that version of you. So you say no to your dream because of a little bit of pain, because of a slight sting. Just imagine the pain you would feel by just living the mundane life, living a comfortable and average life. And you look back at your life and you see, what if I approached that girl? What if I moved to a different country? What would have happened? You never know what would have happened. And now you're choosing to live a safe life and a certain life where your potential dies in your comfort zone. I believe comfort is the most dangerous place where people can be in. Sometimes I even prefer people to be in severe pain because then there's such a big hunger and drive to make a change. But in comfort, people don't want to sacrifice their comfort. They want to stay in their comfort zone. And comfort is not just everything is easy. Comfort is what is familiar to you. So even uncomfortable situations could be still your comfort zone. Well, I don't like my job, so it's not my comfort zone and it's very difficult what I'm doing. Yeah, but it is familiar to you. It is easy. If you start your own business, now you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. If you share with the whole world as in, this is the business that I'm starting, and you send this to all of your contacts in your phone, now you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. Now you're going into the uncertain territory because you're taking a risk. Again, there's something on your line. Your self-image, the way that people see you, your reputation, something needs to be on the line. How big is the risk that you are willing to take? How important is it to you that you become the best version of you? How important is it truly? Is it something that you just say because it's nice? Because other people say that you must become your best version of yourself? You must realize your potential? Or is there a deeper hunger inside of you? There must be a hunger for growth. It's not about what you get in this journey. The risk is not about, I need to achieve this goal. It is not about that. Your goal is a fun byproduct. Achieving the dream is a fun byproduct. The real beauty in that whole journey is you set the bold goal, you pursue the bold dream because of who you become in the process. Because you get to meet with that version of you. You get to meet the man that you know you're capable of being. You get to meet that version of you. And it's not about the dream. The dream is just there for you to allow that version to come out. Because in a lot of cases, whenever you pursue your dream, you realize this is not the thing that I'm meant to be pursuing. I'm meant to be pursuing that dream, but you only got to see that different mountain by climbing that mountain first. So this is why you never know that you're supposed to be on this mountain. You don't know. You only know by moving. And that's why action breeds clarity. This is what I strongly believe in. If you don't have an answer, if you are lacking clarity, get in motion. I am pretty soon, in a few days, I'm flying to Porto, for example. Because I used to live there in Porto. And then I got ill. I'm not going into my life story right now. And I moved back to the Netherlands also to be around family that could take care of me, and also with professionals that speak my own language. So I moved back to the Netherlands. Now I'm going back to Porto. And you know why? Because I want to experience the city again from this new version of me, to see, do I want to move here? Because I am now questioning, now that I'm healthy again, where do I want to move? Where's my next chapter going to be? And I can think my way to it. I can try to watch videos of different countries and see, where do I want to move? Do I want to move to Bali? Do I want to move to a different place in Asia? Do I want to move to Porto? Like, I can try to think my way to an answer, but I need to experience it. Let me take an action. Let me go there. Let me move there. And I will receive my answers. Action breeds clarity. So whenever you are in doubt, take an action towards the thing. Whenever you think, I don't know if I should be starting this business, start a business. I don't know if I should sign up for a marathon. Yeah, it sounds fun, but I don't think I'm ready. Sign up. You will get your answers. And if it's not meant for you, great, you have your answer as well. So you don't have to consistently question about it. So that's the beauty about committing. You will receive clarity no matter what. You will either get a strong yes or a strong no. But by questioning and hesitating and doubting, you will not receive answers. So when you look at all the things that you want to be doing in life, like, all that I can say is take the risk consistently over and over again. And if you want help with this, with taking a risk, I created a training, the all-in method, because I believe stepping outside of your comfort zone is the foundation of any change you want to create in life. But society is operating and pushing you towards comfort. So this is where we are programmed to stay in. So it requires a lot of intentional effort to step outside of your comfort zone. And oftentimes we need help and support. And that's why I created this all-in method, this training. And it depends on when you're watching this. If you're watching this, I don't know when you're watching this, but the training is right now free. And on top of this training, it's not like any other course where you are left on your own and go figure it out. You will receive a strategy session with me to make sure that this works for you. So that's how badly I want you to succeed. I'm doing this all for free. There's no cost, no investment, no attachments or anything. So if you want to make a leap, if you want to take those risks and those bold moves, then in the description somewhere, I'll put a link to the all-in method where you can read more about it and sign up and create a change. Because these are the type of men that I want to surround myself with. That's why I'm so grateful for working with incredible clients that are consistently taking those risks. They are not making one bold move a month. They are making consistent bold moves throughout the week. That's why their life does this. They don't even recognize themselves anymore year after year because of the amount of risks that they've been taking. Doesn't mean that they're all succeeding in the risks, but you only need a few to succeed, to completely change your life. And sometimes a completely different life, your dream life, is one bold decision away. So this is something keep in mind. I'm going to stop right here. Sign up for the all-in method if you're ready to create a change in your life, and we'll do it together. Like I said, your change that you're looking for is one bold decision away. So take that risk.